Good day everyone, this is Patrick from EasyFX Code Trading System, and this is Sunday, the 16th of February 2020, and this is the weekly analysis for Euro, Cable and the Aussie dollar. And let's begin with the Euro, where Euro is continuing its bearish move after the break below the swing low here from the end of November last year, and extending to target the 162 Fib extension area towards 108.21. That's a potential target there. Next potential area of support is of course going to be the 108 area, which let's mark it here. Alright, which is just 20 or 22 pips below the 162 Fib extension area. If we go back a bit further, let's extend this to another swing low at the start of October last year. Then the next extension at 138 Fib extension area is at 107.42, which currently aligns with this week or last week's S3 pivot. We'll see what the new weekly pivots are. So potentially there's a support at 108, followed by the 107.42 zone. Let's see where it's going to target. Let's move this back for now. Right, but we switch to the weekly time frame, and you can see that with the two very bearish weeks, last 2 weeks, there could be further continuation move, and all this due to the impact of the COVID-19 virus, where there's been a risk off in the markets with more buying of the US dollar. US dollar is strengthening against the euro, and the euro is just weakening and falling with multiple concerns on the eurozone. Secondly, being the politics, where Germany and Ireland are also having some political upheaval, and as well as Brexit concerns, Brexit trade deal concerns with the UK, plus the potential US tariffs on Europe's car exports into the US. That's another key concern that may impact the euro. So all these are weighing heavily on the euro, and you can see here that the 200 Fib area, 200 Fib extension area, which align closely to where we mark the 138 Fib extension, is also at the 107.25 level, and it aligns with this previous close before the jump in the euro, and that's way back in April of 2017. Right? So that could be a potential target eventually over the next week or so, to target this 200 Fib extension area and to close this gap. Right, so there is potential support from this area. Once it does close the gap, then there could be a strong rebound, and reversal. Right, so we shall see over the next week or so. Okay, let's switch on to cable. Cable has been performing better than the euro and has climbed back up above this previous swing low, found support and punched through the 130 resistance zone and almost retest its previous upper triangle trend line. So we can actually mark this zone now as potential support at the 130. And price has closed at the 130.46, and we'll see after some consolidation whether it's able to push up higher towards the 131 round figure level. So in the short term it is bullish, and we can move this up to this intermediate support zone now. There is an intermediate resistance zone, but you can leave that out because we've got a trend line up here. Right, on a weekly time frame, you can see that there was a bounce off the 55 period EMA, and there could be further push up to the 131 area. So for the Eurozone, there are some upcoming news with the German ZEW economic sentiment on Tuesday, as well as the Eurozone ZEW. On Thursday, there are ECB meeting minutes on the previous ECB meeting. On Friday, there are flash services and manufacturing PMIs, so similar to the US side as well. And in the UK, there's upcoming jobs report on Tuesday, followed by CPI figures on Wednesday, and retail sales figures on Thursday. So there are quite a number of news coming out for Eurozone and UK, as well as the US side. There's PPI figures, Philly Fed figures, and also flash manufacturing and services PMIs. Now let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar now has found support from this previous swing low and recovered somewhat above the 67.00 figure and hit the weekly R1 pivot at 67.46 and consolidating back at the 67.13 area, just above the weekly pivot and the 00 round figure area. So this is still a key support zone. And up ahead, the 38 Fib extension, Fib retracement level at 67.70 is going to be the key resistance that it needs to break before it tries to target the 0.6800 area where the monthly pivot is. Right, this week the Aussie economy, there's RBA monetary policy meeting minutes to be released on Tuesday, and then the key one is on Thursday with the jobs report. And of course, there are also exposed to China's COVID-19 virus infections and epidemic, as that will impact China's imports and Australia's exports into China. Alright, do check out my other videos on spot gold and dollar yen, as well as the weekly Ichimoku analysis. So until Wednesday's midweek analysis, have a good trading week and